I'm your host, Charrdonnay, aka Coco Madame, and I'm so excited to be here. What's up, everyone, and welcome to Hustle Bunny.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hustle Bunny. I'm your host, Coco Madame, aka Charrdonnay. And today we have in the studio one of my best friends, the wildest, the realest, Miss Alizé.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me today, Alizé.
Thank you for having me, bad bitch. It's always an honor. Always an honor.
We know I would love fucking with you, so what's good with you? How you feeling today?
I feel great. It's hot
feeling good?
outside. I got on
Yeah.
a bodysuit. I'm ready to shake my ass.
That's all that
Always,
counts.
24/7, period.
That's what the bodysuits are for. Hot girl
Always.
summer. Hot girl summer.
No draws, y'all. No draws.
No, it's too hot for all that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't have any draws on either.
I'm telling you.
You
It's
know?
the only way to live.
Free balling.
Free balling.
I hear free balling. Well, Alizé, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, we've met within probably like the past 6 months? Started working? No?
I haven't even been a dancer for 6 months yet.
I feel like I've known you forever.
Right.
I
The
feel like we
vibe is just there.
We be
When you
kicking
meet
it.
your soulmate, you meet your soulmate.
Right?
And I'm like, yeah, the vibe has been there since day one.
Right. So we out here. So it's gonna be what,
Yeah.
about 4 months?
End of February to July, like 5 months, 4 or 5 months.
Okay, so we almost there. We almost to your
Almost
6 months.
there,
Almost
yeah.
to a year though. We gotta
Almost
turn up.
there.
Been killing it though.
Trying, girl.
Well, I
Always.
love it. I love working with you.
Oh,
It's
thank
always
you.
a hoot. It's always a
Oh
wild
yeah,
time.
we always gonna turn up. I love the club, bitch.
Right.
So when I'm in the club, I'm in the club.
Might as well be making money while you're in the
Right.
club.
Always. That's what I be trying
You
to tell
know,
people.
They be like, oh, we just gonna go out to the club, and I be like, no, you better go to the club and make some money.
Go get paid.
Right.
All you're gonna do is shake your ass anyway. The only difference is you're half naked.
Well, you're gonna be half naked anyway, just a little Fashion Nova dress on.
That's true. The sheen, whatever.
The
It's
little,
called.
the little sheen, the little
whatever.
$20 dresses that we all be trying to buy
Yes.
and trying to make it look like $100. But
Always.
whatever it is, what it
Listen,
is.
All on the budget.
Well, since you're still technically a baby stripper,
Yeah.
but you're working your way up there. So today's episode, with our experience and your short-lived experience, we've all dealt with this with a certain type of man. Okay, and we all know him when we see him. Very misogynistic. I guess you would say, I guess in our terminology, it's like a splendid daddy. Like they act like they have
Yes.
like a lot more money than what they give off, and they have a very I could say they have not unbiased. They have a very biased opinion on on
Yes.
everything, on women, how women act.
Oh yeah.
In particular, today there's this gentleman on Instagram who's slowly but surely making his way up in the ranks on IG for whatever reason. I think he's just horrible in every sense. But his name is Kevin R. Samuels. And if you guys haven't followed him, he came up on one of my feeds because I follow a lot of feminist feeds and a lot of not Backpage. What's the other one? Where they be giving out all the Shade Room.
Yes. Okay.
So they'll post up on my page and there's women out here who they asked this man for advice. He says he's an acclaimed lifestyle coach. He was a personal shopper. What is he? Probably in his 50s or 60s. Definitely he's like a suit and tie type of person. He's your image is everything, which is cool. Yeah, how you dress is one thing, holding your image up, all those different things. But he takes it to another level. And talks about what high value men want. And I'm still confused because I'm I don't know anybody who's worked with this man.
Yeah.
who's even relevant, who's even, maybe he does have some high end software people or whatever it is, people who just have not necessarily famous, but in his bio he says he's worked with athletes and all these different people, but he hasn't dropped any names. And I don't think anyone of that caliber really needs his help. I think he needs their help.
Probably.
Okay, so he does so what he does, I think every day or every other day, he does a show and he gets these women on IG Live and he they ask him questions of what is a quote unquote high value man. He's always on the man's side too. So
Always.
there's no arguing with him. It's only his way or no way at all. And if he feels contradicted anyway, he tends to bash the women, right? And he asks questions like, I don't know, like just like really, let's see, what do you bring to the table that men, like that a quote unquote high value man is gonna want? If you don't look a certain way, high value men don't want you. If you're not this, and this, but if you do look, but then he'll also say like, you know, you can't be on Instagram or Snapchat or social media like with your tongue out and like dancing and having a good time. He's like, nobody with money wants that. So it's just like this whole thing. So I'm just gonna play you the clip and you can tell me what you think of this man.
Okay.
Enough money they can't get certain men and stuff like that. Yeah, I do disagree with that.
When did I ever say that?
You said it to several women, actually.
No, you're actually 100% wrong.
Okay. That's not true. But anyway.
This woman is actually trying to say that I've told women that if you don't make a certain amount of money, you can't have a certain amount of men. Everybody who's ever watched my content, put hearts up to let this woman know how fucking wrong she is.
Okay.
Because I tell you, men don't care about your money.
Right. Oh, no. It's not the money. It's the way they look. That's it. It's not the money. It's the way they look. Okay, yeah, because a lot of men who do have money, they're not concerned with that.
And what do you mean the way they look? Yeah.
I mean, you know, everybody's following the bandwagon. Of course, they're going to get
No. See, that's what y'all like to see. You're 50 years old, and instead of having a reasoned conversation, when people don't agree with you, they're following the bandwagon. You come in here, you made the wrong.
Okay. So I got a little taste of what this man is about, right? Look.
I'm just shocked. I have no words.
I mean, how can
I'm
you?
just like,
and then like
ew.
like how easily he gets aggravated.
Yeah. He is literally yelling at her. You can't have a reasonable conversation, blah, blah, blah. You're cursing at her. You're cutting her off. Like you're not trying to have a conversation.
And then the statement he makes is men don't care about your money. What?
Honey, I know a lot of homeless little that try to date girls and other women so that they can live in their house,
right?
Drive their car,
right?
No job, playing on the PlayStation, playing on the Xbox, with whoever, whenever, doing what, trapping. I don't know what they doing.
They ain't doing nothing because they at someone else's house. And another thing too is like these high value men, right? I have done my fair share of dating these quote unquote high value men and working with or coming in contact with them, right? I have never met not very many of them that don't want to know what you're trying to do with your life.
Literally. Because
what? You just gone like, I mean, you could do the sugar baby thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, if they want a sugar baby, like that's different.
Right.
But you're talking about like a woman that you're trying to marry.
Literally.
By a rich man, right? Okay, so that right there in his own statement contradicts himself. You say no man cares about what money, but then you also say, well, what do you bring to the table? Good pussy? Like, if that's going to be the answer, then that's
not money.
Yes, no money. You know what I mean? So I don't understand, like, he just irks me.
Yeah.
You know, and I've like, we actually share the same customer. You know, I'm going to be as vague as possible because, you know, I don't like to be too messy.
I'm dead.
There's this guy and they're about the same age, kind of similar aesthetic, I should say.
Yeah, that's really weird, kind of.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Same aesthetic. He owns it. I don't want to say what kind of company he owns because it's just going to be a little too generalized. But he owns a company and he's doing pretty well for himself. He says he always told me, he's always liked me, always came in to come see me pretty consistently. He spent money, his friend spent more money. He was looking for, this guy in particular he said he's a proclaimed dominant, dom.
Okay.
And
that's what they like.
He said that he has been, and I don't care. Like, I'm I'm in an interracial relationship, but he's like, I've only dated like mostly like white women, but at this point in my life, I always said I want to settle down with like a black girl type of, situation. And he tells me like, yeah, we'd go to events and like I'd have this girl, I'd like walk him on a leash, like they'd let me do whatever they want, right? And then and then you're gonna switch over and try and come talk to someone like me, not saying like I'm aggressive or like saying like I'm a dom, but like you just know you're not gonna walk me on a leash in public.
Never.
So I don't know what your interaction,
walk you.
Right? So
Sorry.
I don't know what your interaction has been like with him, but that's been my interaction.
Honey, the tea is hot. And see, me, I'm raggedy. So I'm ready to be messy just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just enough.
Just enough. So my experience was completely different. Like, same thing. Like, oh, I've always been with white women. I want to settle down with a strong black woman. Okay. All right. Then it's, like, weird. Like, he's, like, has these very... strong-minded opinions, like you claim.
Yeah, very like, he talks louder if you try to say something.
Yes, but also the mindset, if you really get to talk to him, is very childish. Like,
yes,
he acts like he's about 20. Like, that's how I view him. Just in an old-ass man's body. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're trying to play a young man's game.
Yes.
You're out here, in the club.
Yes.
And you're still trying to play a young man's game.
Yes. Me, though, see, I took it a step further, which some in my mind and my heart told me.
As it always does.
But I always go there, girl. I always go there. So me, I took it a step further. So he's spitting game. Oh, I'm on the come up. I own my own business, whatever. That's cool. That's cool. I fuck with it.
Right.
We all came from something.
Right. We trying to do something with our lives.
Right. So I went and hung out with them.
Okay.
Interesting experience. I ain't gonna go into details.
What did you guys do?
We just smoked.
Oh.
We literally just smoked weed. It was lit.
Uh-huh.
It was not. I love weed, so you bring weed into the equation. I'm like,
girl, I'm there.
You want to know something? My schedule mysteriously opened up. Free weed. I got the wraps. Let's go.
Do it.
Like, interesting experience. Not bad. Not bad enough for me to be like, I'll never talk to you again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A little bit weird. It was cool. Whatever. After that, he asked me, and I can pull receipts if you want receipts, honey.
Oh, Lord.
Asked me if I would like an ankle bracelet or a toe ring as like a gift because we were supposed to go shopping. But every time the day came for us to go shopping, it was one of those like, oh, I'm busy, or oh, I'm just not going to hit you back, but I'll be at the club tonight. Like, weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I just let him know, like, hey, that's not my thing. Like, if you're asking me for a gift that I would like, I can tell you what I like. Like,
yeah, if it ain't gonna be no anklet or a toe ring.
Honey, he's gonna have the audacity to be like, as a young lady, you should humbly accept the gifts that are being given to you or something like that. And I'm like, skirt, DJ, back that shit up. Because, yeah, I was shook. I'm like, excuse me? So I said respectfully, and I'm not a bitch. Like, I don't think I'm a mean person until you make me go there. But even in this situation, I was not rude. So I'm like, respectfully, like, please don't talk to me like that. Like, unless you got a pussy, you can't teach me how to be the perfect bitch. So please don't. That's how I felt like.
And no,
I don't think that's rude.
No, it's not rude because, okay, I understand if you would give me a gift or something like you want to see me in. But have I ever, like, once brought up toe rings or ankle bracelets?
And just because you bought it for me, I should just be
number one,
so humble to wear it.
But I think that's what he's used to. And I think that's what these guys are looking for.
Yeah.
In a way, is like they want you to be submissive to them. Not even just in that aspect of, like, sexuality of like dom and sub, dominatrix, and those different things, but just in general.
Agreed.
But it's just like that very specific age range, specific type.
Yes.
They want the money. They have some money, right? They got it, but they don't really have it like that. You know,
they middle class. They not broke.
Yeah, they ain't broke. Yeah, exactly. They might be middle class.
3 bands,
yeah,
you know
exactly. They might live in Highlands Ranch.
Right.
You know what I mean? They
have
might,
a good 9 to 5.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
Yeah, like,
but you're not living in Cherry Hills. You're not like, and those guys, those high value men, that's a whole nother tax bracket.
Agreed.
That they've never seen before.
Right.
So how can you speak for something that you're not?
That's not even
and
your
that's
group.
even
That's
right.
not your class. That's not nothing.
That's not anything.
That's your imagination.
That's what you want to be, and it's good to thrive.
Right.
It's good to thrive.
We can
it's
all have
good
a
to have
goal.
standards. It's it's good to have standards.
I'll have a goal.
And then the whole
It's the approach. It's
all in the approach.
I'm because you're not gonna talk to me any kind of way. And then after that, after I was just like, respectfully, don't talk to me like that. Mm-hmm. Never talk to me again. Goes back to our job, talking to other girls, telling them that I got mad at him for just trying to be nice and give me a gift. And
oh shit!
Why are you talking about me? For one, you're not even someone that I'm
thinking
about.
Yeah, that just goes to show that his feelings were hurt.
Yeah.
Ego was broken.
Ego broke, honey.
And he thought that he was ready for the, quote unquote, strong black woman experience. He wasn't ready for it.
I think, he's not. I would need a strong person. If whoever I end up with is going to be tough, you got thick skin, honey. Your mama was calling you ugly when you was 3 years old, talking shit, like throwing shoes. No,
you know what I mean?
But
that's
no,
like
that ass,
everyone has their type and everyone knows what they want.
Yeah.
Not everybody. And then later in that clip, he later goes on to say that pretty privilege. And if you're ugly, you're unseen in the world. If you're pretty, you have problems.
Okay, I wouldn't say problems, but...
Yeah, so he calls it a pretty prison, which in my eyes, I don't think exists, okay? Because we're the industry that we work in, we work with all 32 flavors of ice cream at our job,
Agreed.
Right? And what I might not find to be attractive, the next person might find to be attractive. So you can't say that there's a one do all end all.
Agreed. I have been on the side of not getting pretty privilege and seeing other people get it, and I've been on the side where I've gotten it.
Yeah.
So, it's different.
It's
like,
different. Yeah, exactly.
For everyone, yeah.
I've experienced it where I've been on both sides of the fence, and you're just like, oh, okay, well, cool, shit, whatever. But, like, I don't think there is just one look that works for a particular man. I think he has his own opinions on what I feel like he should talk for himself.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? If you're gonna have an opinion, because I don't think he states facts. Like most of his broadcast is an opinion.
Right. I need a Google search something. I need an article.
You know what I mean? I need like New York Times came out with a post saying, or
like this % of women.
Yeah, exactly.
Something.
Give me some sort of statistic that was taken. So how do you feel about like the whole pretty privilege thing? I know we've both said we've been on both sides of it, but do you really think that's like a thing? I don't know.
I definitely think it's a thing. Oh, for sure. 10,000%. I don't want to be like that mean person, but I have seen other people excel and you're just like, honey, it's like, I ain't trying to be mean, but like they don't be that smart or they don't be that talented or whatever, but like, bad as fuck, and everybody love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't really got a lot of personality, whatever, but they have just that look, and people just love it.
That's what they want.
They're like, kiki, and they will kiki they way into every motherfucking thing. I'm telling you.
Kiki they way to the top.
Honey, to the top. But I don't think it's necessarily unfair. It's just the world that we live in. Beauty standards, like, a standard has been set, and yes, it's changing and shifting. Like, now we got the little, I want to be Kim Kardashian type shit. You know what I'm saying?
What I still think goes back to, like, the whole over curvature body goes back to just still wanting to be like a black. You want the black physique.
They ain't ready for that conversation.
Okay, so that's
ready
always
for that conversation.
It's always cute when it's Kim K, but it's never cute
most
when it's
hated, but most appreciated.
Right. Everybody wants to lip fillers.
Everybody
look
like you, yeah.
So, okay. So, yeah, we know. Okay. Yeah. So, I will admit, pretty privilege is like a thing. But
the standards change.
And I think that we're changing just as like where the world goes.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
I don't think like people like, I think there are so many beautiful people, but that's going through filters and all that Facetune and editing your photos and stuff. So everyone could be beautiful up, on the up and up. You can always make yourself beautiful, but I think people are getting sick of seeing the beautiful because all the same pretty looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's starting to kind of look the same.
Yep.
Everyone wants that, like you said, Kim K look.
And then it's funny because in 20 years, the Kim K look might not be in no more. Now
I'm
y'all
say,
all got
I
them.
give it 5 years.
5 years?
I say we're on the down. I think it's on the I say we're on the I feel like it's on the decrease. I think people are like, it's becoming to be too much. Like everyone's like the BBLs.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? And then like I think I said this before, but you can't get like a BBL and then just be like a receptionist.
No, seriously.
That's like the one thing.
I'm
like
not.
you know.
Oh no, I done spent 20 grand or whatever in the healing process. Have you seen them videos?
Oh yes,
girl.
For what?
To be the receptionist, girl. I'm showing ass.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm
so
going
I think
out here.
that's what it is.
Fans. I got
Look,
something.
we're doing it all. We're popping, but I'm doing it all. Okay, I'm not.
I'm
not about to be out here.
I ain't wasting my 20 grand.
No, I'm gonna make my 20 grand back in a month,
honey.
Times 2.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I mean? But I feel like that's on a decline, and I think for the standard of beauty, it's always changing, right? I feel like natural is always like, and I can't say it because I'm not 100% natural. I ain't gonna lie, but I just feel like that's where we're headed to.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's so oversaturated now with the Kim K, the Nicki Minaj, the Black China, the Amber Roses, and like they did it, they done it. But if you look at them now, they've had that done for about like 10 years. It's probably been about 10 years, right? Yep. Since they started doing all that shit.
Yep. It just blew up. Like I feel like really, became a thing like more recently. Even though it was a thing.
It's been more feasible for the everyday person. It used to just be like low key.
If you rich,
and
then nobody don't want to say that they have to work done. Me, I get work done. I'm telling the whole damn world, and that was my doctor. I'm getting the reference points.
Right.
I'm getting my next surgery. Like, I'm ready. Like, I'm telling everybody. Like
you on the commercial.
Oh, honey, I'm gonna be out there with Dr. Johnson. Me and Dr. Johnson,
out here talking about it,
honey. Telling all the details. I'm gonna be like, doctor, tell him how you went down there and did that.
Tell him, look at the left cheek. Let's talk about the right cheek. We're gonna do a whole episode.
Flexing muscles. I'm at the conventions.
Gotta do it,
honey.
But as a Black woman, though, I feel like we are always deemed as like hard, rigid, the quote unquote strong,
the angry Black woman.
The angry, and I get tired of hearing about it.
Oh, always.
And it's so nice to have like friends in the club who are like, we out here, we're doing the same thing. Cause I feel like we have the same conversations with guys. You gotta you gotta almost be so sweet and so like, oh, how are you doing today? And it's not like we're not like that already, and in general, but like we have to tone it down so much more.
So much. I have seen other girls in the club, obviously not Black women,
but
men will touch them wrong or do whatever, and they can be like, oh, get the fuck off me, blah, 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 and make a scene, say whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then, oh, it's me. Then, oh, fuck you, bitch. Like, they be getting aggressive back. Like, you be like, okay, I just asked you politely. Like, don't do that. And like I said, I always go polite first, but if you really want to turn up, we'll turn up. You know what I'm saying?
We can do it.
But I don't think I've ever had to take it there yet. But they always turn up on me, like, whatever, that's why you not that cute. You ugly anyway. That's why you look like a man. Like,
they always try to say some shit. I was like, but she was all about it 30 seconds ago.
We just gonna go to the private. Stop playing with me.
You'll have to spend your whole check, your whole Taco Bell check. Come on. Let's go. See, and I've had that happen too, where they get mad when you have boundaries for yourself.
Yeah.
And I set up boundaries. We all set up boundaries for ourselves because you just can't let no shit slide. And that's just not even with working. That's just within life.
In life.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. This man, he just irks me. And I can't reiterate that enough. But,
My thing is, the fact that he even has a platform proves that there are more people that think like him than not, in my personal opinion.
Well, like recently, we were just talking about this. Recently, like, the baby came out with his homophobic, misogynistic
And you want to know something? Bitch, I was telling my homegirl when I seen that, it was so random. I had to watch it about 3 times.
To actually make sure.
Because I was so confused. Right. I was so confused. I was like, did he really just say that? But you want to know something? I literally think, no shade, and I'm not making no reckless accusations, but let's really expand our brains here really quick.
Okay, let's go there.
I'm not going on stage. One, you're at a whole fucking concert. Why was that the first thing on your mind to say? That's really kind of random. But it's not that random because here's what I think. Conspiracy theory, here's what I think. You either... somebody done pressed up on you and made him really uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And he deems that as like a traumatic moment for him. So he projects that and, oh, I hate gay people, blah, 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 because I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you're secretly gay. Like, there's only two. Honey, was you sucking dick in the back or was you getting your dick sucked? And you don't want nobody to know about it.
Well, they say, okay, so... he's not from Atlanta. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I lived in North Carolina for, a couple of years. And Charlotte is like a little miniature Atlanta. Atlanta has the highest rate of HIV and AIDS.
Really?
Yes, because they have like a lot of undercover gay guys.
I'm telling you, he got. I'm not saying okay.
Not saying it's like assumptions. We're not gonna do that, but like it is. So for them to have like that phobia, but also living in the places where it's the highest, where men aren't comfortable, I guess, coming out, or they might say they're not gay, but they might get their dick sucked by another guy.
Something. Which here's the thing, and this is really weird as well, and I see this mostly in the Black community as well. Is men will say, like, if you get your ass, like, your butthole played with, like, at any point in time in your life, you're gay. But it's like, that's not the dictionary definition of being a homosexual. Like, if I, get a dildo or something, fuck a dude, he's still straight because he had sex with me, and I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they said the best orgasm for a man comes anally.
So it's like...
so when you're ready to have that discussion.
Right. When you're ready to have this discussion. Yeah, a lot of y'all not ready for it. That's all right. It's all right.
Yes. But it just comes back to like, it's like and it sucks too that it kind of stems in like the Black community, the Hispanic community, but we could only really talk about the Black community, excuse me, because we are Black. So. I'm not going to speak for the Hispanic, the Latino, the Asians and all the different things. But, like, I feel like Black men have, like, a lot of trauma they need to heal from.
Agreed.
And they're in denial about it.
It's generational, too. Like, maybe something didn't happen to you, but your dad is projecting that on you if you had a dad or a mom or whatever. You know what I'm saying? However you grew up, like, they projected that onto you. Now, for some reason, you're like, I don't know why, but it's wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then now you're giving that to your kids, and it's just a generational curse, bro. And, yeah, that needs to stop because we want to be so far progressed, but I feel like mentally we're so far behind. Like,
oh, yeah, we're hundreds of years behind on our thought processes.
Behind.
Which also, so in that whole realm, okay, we're going to go to, like, Lil Nas X, right? He came out with his most recent music video. And, he was in the prison. He was in his little pink jumpsuit. They was doing their little thing, right? And then everyone jumped on him. And he took the time on Twitter, which I give him props for. He took the time on Twitter to kind of like backlash at everyone and give them like, they say, oh, you can't do this. You're not a real man, blah, blah, blah. And he would reply to people's comments with like clapbacks. And his clapbacks were like,
oh, I love Lil Nas X.
You know what I mean?
Clapbacks.
So people hate, so a lot of people and a lot of the Black community again is shitting on him for being so outspoken in his own sexuality and comfortability, right? But then they see someone like DaBaby who is, I would say he's like toxic masculinity. Sorry, I have like a
daughter. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're raising a young woman.
Exactly. But, he can go out here and sing about bad bitches, get that ass fat, all this other shit. You know what I mean? But when it comes to, and not saying that you have to agree with everything, not to say you have to agree with like someone who is homosexual, someone who's doing this, but you can't generalize a whole community. That's like such a 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Instill the fear in the gay community by HIV and AIDS and all these different things. But you can't you can't have extreme opinions on one thing and then at least respect it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Even if you don't agree with it, respect it. Don't
Always.
look at it. Don't be about it.
Agreed.
But you have to go on stage and, like you said, your first statement, you turned up. But you know what they say? Alcohol brings out the truth in you. So
That's what they say.
truthfully, he was feeling some type of way. So you
About
might be into something.
I'm telling you.
He got got.
Something happened to him.
But then you got to think about it too.
Something or something.
He's
you
seen some shit.
I'm off the drugs. I'm off the whatever. I'm drinking alcohol. The first thing that's not coming in my mind is like, you know what? One time when I was 3 years old, like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so clearly something happened, in my personal opinion, that made him think about that, and that needs to be discussed. You need to see a therapist.
Okay, but let's talk about.
I'm not paying my money for Rolling Loud. Are you talking about that? I came to shake my ass. Come on, now.
Right.
I'm mad now.
Now I gotta go home. I need a refund. Whole refund, and I need money back for my Fashion Nova dress.
I'm like being nice. I'm like a partial refund.
I need the whole thing back.
$45.
$45, and then I need my $50 dress money back that I got, and we're going back. But okay, but he, you know what he also fails to mention too are there's a lot of straight black men who are famous who do have HIV. Busta Rhymes has HIV. He's gone back and actually before he knew that he had it, and it's either HIV or herpes, one of the two. And don't quote me on that, but I know he has a sexually transmitted disease that he can't get rid of, and he's gone back and he's reprimanded the women that he infected before he knew what he had. So he's like giving them money, I should say. So he's like paid for their bills and shit, but he's nasty.
So he knew then.
Yeah. He like, it's like one of those things where like, you know, but you're like in denial until you get the paperwork and you find out. You know what I mean? It's like, hey.
So he was still out here being reckless.
He was still out here being reckless. Yeah.
Now
And now he's like trying to be like, I think he might be married. I don't know what's going on with his life. I remember he was one of them. People always forget Magic Johnson.
See, and I never knew that.
Magic Johnson. He was so famous. Yeah. Magic Johnson. Okay. But none of that. I mean, I don't know what their sex life is about. But even they're fucking a whole bunch of women. And if they are fucking a whole bunch of women, they're not gay. So your whole statement don't make any sense to what you're trying to like
prove. Yeah.
Yeah. So that whole, it's like, I feel like it's like this whole, like the whole generation. It's like that man, I feel like Kevin Samuels, the baby, even T.I. T.I. is a messy one.
And I'd be embarrassed for his kids too, because he got multiple daughters.
And he takes them once a month to go see if they're still virgins.
Girl,
that's a whole nother. See,
that's a whole nother. I'm telling you.
And you don't really see other, not that I know of, no other communities are really out here talking like that.
No, seriously though. And what's worse is that, to your point, or what I was saying kind of about how people must believe what he's saying because he has a platform. Not necessarily. Women, I wish you would try to take my daughter and I found something like that out. Mm-hmm. I'm going off. Like, that's not even going to be a discussion. That's not even a thing. So I be wondering too, strong black women, where were you?
But that's like the thing though, they contradict themselves and saying, they want this strong black woman, but they're limited to what they can be strong about. Because as soon as like you do that, right? And as soon as you say, okay, well, you didn't hear my side of the story. All you heard was like, I was angry. I got a quote unquote aggressive for something that I feel like is right. Cause I'm your parent. Okay. So his wife is, what's her name? Tiny.
You want to know something too? That's fair because I be watching they show.
Uh-huh.
And I see when she tried to stand up for certain things, he be shutting that down real quick. As soon as you said that, yeah.
She has no say so in her, and like I get it, and maybe that's like the thing. Say so
this much. If
say
you can
so
see
this
in
much.
My finger.
Yeah, exactly. It's like non-existent.
Non-existent.
And if you think like, and you know, for like the successful black man, if you think like, and I've dated some successful black men. I dated a gentleman. He owned an architect company. He owned the best architect company in North Carolina, and he was only one of like maybe 4 black-owned architect companies. I want to say like in I want to say in the States. I don't know, but he had a very high accolade. He was pretty cool. You know, we had a good time together. But he was never like what these men are talking about.
Yeah.
He was very like, he didn't, you know, I met him. He came into the club that I was working at. It was a gentleman's club that was over by the airport. I met him. He came in, always spent a lot of money, never wanted anything, was always just like there for a good time, always wanted the conversation, always wanted to see what I was doing. And he was never, ever disrespectful in the way that these men are or what these men are saying that these guys want. So it like blows my mind, you know? Because even like that man, like they tried to say, oh, you know, you can never find me in the club. You can never find me here. You can never find a woman there. So like, where are you going to find these women at? You know what I mean?
At the library. And I know half of y'all don't read.
But, you know, and I can't knock. I mean, I don't know. Like, you have your type. Like I said, everyone's down. You can always have your type. But it's like that, the bougie, the bourgeois, the splendid daddies, T.I. You crazy, though. I can't with that. But, yeah, for, like, the black women, it's like we're always, it's like a double-sided sword, right? It's like if we're strong, it's because it's aggressive. Not because, like, something's happened, you know, because if any other person, I feel like, would have had the same reaction, let's say, you know, like a white girl would have had the same reaction of like, you know, what the fuck you doing with my kids? Like, take them out to go do this, and this. It'd be like, oh, you know, she's hurting. That's that's a bad thing, you know?
She was just having a bad day today.
She's having a bad day today,
oh, yeah.
You know? We do it. It's like, no, that bitch is crazy.
Oh, yeah. She always mad.
Yeah.
Why she always mad? She always got something to say. Blah, blah, blah. You want to know something, too, though? Sorry, gonna jump back to T.I. just real quick. You know he been to prison, girl. That's all I'm gonna say. But we was talking about projection, girl.
Yeah, projecting your insecurities. Mm-hmm. He has been in prison.
I ain't saying nothing happened in the pen, but he was there for a little bit, okay?
But was he with the general population?
You a regular schmeggler to the state.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I'm pretty sure you a regular schmeggler. They don't give
not
a
Bernie.
fuck.
What's his name? Bernie Madoff. I think they put him in a.
You get if you
think
like.
they had
I guess you have special privileges if you have. Oh, I'm an old man. Like you can like get away with certain shit. I guess. But no, as far as I know,
out here, Tia, you got it. You living it how you get it, my guy. So some questionable things might have been done. But that just goes to show that they're not comfortable within their sexuality.
Because, yeah, any man I know that was, like, carried himself, like, how I like stuff like that. Like, yeah, they just, and then like, I know what I am. Right. I'm straight.
And then he also, okay, so I'm going to go back to Kevin. I know we've gotten all into this whole big discussion.
You're good.
But Kevin, he also posted this thing that said, do high-value women exist? Yeah.
Quick question. Is this man single or married? Do you know?
I don't know. Okay, so he has an ex-wife.
But man,
he has an ex-wife, so I don't know. And he, like I said, he's never has a positive insight on women. And like the same thing, like a high-value woman. Do they exist?
He was hurt.
Yeah, like who hurts you? And like I said, it's also Atlanta. So Atlanta is, like I said, it's a lot of fraudulent activity going on in Atlanta. I will tell you that from the jump. It's different out there. It's a whole nother culture out there. But so in the clip that we played, he said that men don't care about your money. But then you also say, do high value women exist? So what does because he never really says what high value means to him. He never really explains that, and he doesn't explain that in women. So I don't understand what he means by high value women. From what I'm gathering from the videos that I've watched of him and like listened for as much as I could listen without like wanting to chuck my phone across the room, was like, basically you have to be, tall. He said fit, which I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably just means like slender. He's like, he always says slender, like slim. So like probably like this, like you're like, supermodel type, I guess, like very like kind of flat chested, very tall, very skinny, very submissive. And I think that's what he considers as a high value woman, which I don't think that person This is a hard conversation to have because you can still be beautiful and ride off of that if that's what you want to do. I mean, but when you say someone has value, are you talking about just on the value of someone's body?
Yeah.
Because I don't see him saying like, oh, I want to, doctors talk to doctors or lawyers, or I want you to do like investing or be a teacher, or like, actually have some sort of value in their life other than their beauty. Not to say that you can't thrive off of being beautifully, but I'm confused. You're confused. We're all confused over here. So if anyone knows if anyone knows any other detail about this man, y'all gotta let me know.
I know.
Because he's questionable.
Investigation, right?
He's a little questionable, and I think he's a little questionable in his sexuality as well too. And Shade Room, throwing the shade that they be fucking throwing on that damn page. There was rumors that a lot of people thought that he is gay, because he is single. He does like shit on women. And I need some of my gay friends to like weigh in on this.
Right. Who has the best gaydar? I will get my best gaydar crew.
I got a good gaydar crew. I got two of them that'll be like, yeah.
I'm going to have to get my crew together. We're going to do a couple testers.
We're going to have to do a couple of like
I'm going to have to see
investigations.
who's the best. I have a few that I'm like off top.
Are that? And I feel like I have to see them. And here's like another thing too. He was like saying like, oh, this girl's like 50, but she's acting like childish. I'm like, okay, but you over here wearing J's in a fucking in a fucking champion sweatshirt.
You're over here yelling on Instagram Live.
Telling girl, what did he tell her, to fuck off or something?
Something.
Honey, no, we're not doing this mess today.
Yeah, go ahead and delete me in the what is it, the group live. Yep, cut me out, because I would have started turning up on that bitch. You like you on the internet, bitch. Oh yeah.
Well, a lot of girls do that. A lot, like he has never once had a civilized conversation ending. It's always been click, you're good. Click, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, you're gonna have
click,
to click me.
You know what I mean?
Because the disrespect.
He rude as hell.
You're not gonna disrespect me.
Never that. All right, we got one more clip by this man. Okay. We got to finish the conversation. Okay, this is going to be the last half of this conversation, because it's almost like unreal.
Childish 50-year-old.
No one says.
Fucking childish 50-year-old. I'm sitting here looking at this. This is what black men have to pick from. So when you talk about he hates women, this is what black men have to pick from. A woman who says, you're saying that men who make money don't want women or such and so forth. But there aren't a lot of men who make money who are straight. No, they're not looking for your round ass. That is why I want you gentlemen to have standards. Stop sticking your penis in fat. I'm going there. Stop having sex with women like that. Because they think because you do it, that means you want to be with them. There's no way in hell you could be 50 years old and that childish, rolling your eyes all around and this and that and such and so forth. And sir, whoever you are, I'm sorry that that's your wife, but you should be embarrassed.
See, it gets worse
My
and
face
worse.
just gets disgusted every single time.
Okay, so he's body shaming this woman. He don't even know what she looked like. Number one, she's 50, and I think the woman looks really
she
good.
Looks amazing
For 50.
He said 50. I was like, that looked like that could be my sister.
Right, you know what I mean? So she's obviously feeling herself. And you know what? Nobody wants to be 50 and be like, acting like, what is a 50-year-old woman? Okay, it's different if
Since
it's
you're
like,
a 50-year-old woman, tell me how a 50-year-old.
Well, he's a 60-year-old man. I think he's like 57 or 50. He's 60. He is a 60-year-old man. Round it up. But you're on here.
But he was a 50-year-old woman at some point, right? Because he's trying to give her advice.
Probably.
I guess I'm confused a little bit.
I think we're all right. And then the whole let's stop sticking it in fat.
In fact, right. You don't like a little, no, like a little.
Okay, and that's another thing. That's not what you want. Be clear, because that's not what you want. Don't sit up here and tell guys what they can't stick it in there. Like if
I know a lot of people dive in. I'm about to dive
They about to get. What did Little Wayne say? Almost drowned in the pussy, so I swam to the butt. Yes. So he
said he swam.
His little ass is
to the booty.
So this man is toxic. He needs to be cut off the internet.
Cut off. I wish there was like, can we have like a death note for it? But like, no, not like we murdering them, but just write their name in a list.
Write their name on a little paper. You know what I'm saying?
And if you get enough like death notes, then they get blocked from the internet forever or something crazy.
But do you see how upset he got with her so quickly? Just shut her down and then just cut her off in mid sentence. And that's a man's wife. Literally. That's a whole ass man's wife. And
she's married, you're not.
Mm-hmm. You'll be here doing these little sad ass videos out here. And I mean, he's almost to 1 million followers. So
that's so wild.
I feel like everyone's like toxic ass uncle is following him on his page. You know that one uncle who still thinks they like out here trying to do it, and
oh yeah,
they got their little Perry's on, the little Perry shoes on, or whatever the fuck they call them. Mm-hmm. Those are the people that follow him.
That still be up in the club.
Mm-hmm. You know that little, you know what I'm talking about. The little old black man. Yes. He's about 70 years old. Oof. Girl. Went to the pen, got out the pen. He said he's an old crip. Yeah. He be coming in there with his little milk dud looking ass self.
Every time I see him, girl, eyes to the floor, I be out. I be ducked off. I'm not gonna lie, because it gets weird. I just be like, "Hi, how are you?"
But he's also very misogynistic too. He said he's married.
That's what he claimed.
And he said like, "I'm done porking that fat bitch." But you gotta think about like this. These are. And I'm so sad. And I'm not saying that this is every black man in all the communities, because I know it's not. But y'all got to start talking to your uncles. Y'all got to start talking to your brothers. Y'all got to start talking to these men and being like,
hold each other accountable.
Yes. Because this is doing too much, like degrading women, and then degrading, like, even if like you're not attracted to them or whatever. Like, that's just like degrading your mom. You know what I mean? Right. Like, that's like degrading your sister. Like, that's degrading like your best friend. Like, and if he has a daughter or his wife or ex-wife or whatever it is to him, and there was another man doing it to him, how would he feel? But then he'd probably be like, no, I would never, because this isn't my kind of girl. I would never. But I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, you're a bashing. If someone did it to you, you would not want that.
Mm-mm. And there's my thing. For all the ladies, if you want to show your skin, you want to show your ass, shake your ass, go have fun, do whatever, go do it. Because at the end of the day, a high-class quality woman, I don't give a fuck. I don't know what that is to him, but you're somebody's high-class quality woman, and they still gonna fuck with you.
They gonna fuck with you regardless. And you know what? Don't give a fuck about these men. Get your own money.
Own money.
And if you want to do the sugar baby thing, fucking do it. Go be fine as hell. Go pickpocket some man's money. Get laid up. Go do it. But that's still a job within itself. So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, like, you know, I've dated my fair share of like these people, and it didn't work out for me because I don't want nobody else's bread. I want my own bread. So I'll use you for your information. I will use you for your job recommendations. I will use you for investment insight, things like that, so I can get my own bread. But like, I ain't about to be late, because guess what? After it's over and it's said and it's done, and you want to get a divorce, you're about to leave me out here with nothing, and then call me like a scallywag or some crazy shit, you know? So no, I would always say like, protect yourself. If you're gonna do the sugar baby thing, have your own bank account. Stack your own bread. Don't let those allowances go to waste.
Never. Save your money for real.
Save it. Because guys like this, he's hurting on the inside.
Oh, he's hurt. I'm telling you, that divorce, it got to him. Something went wrong.
He's hurting.
You don't want to tell us.
You don't want to talk about
me. I'm going to always make my own bread. But if you make bread too, I'm going to dip in your pot. I'm raggedy.
Exactly. So if you're
oh, yeah. I'm going to dip all up in. And when we do get divorced, you still going to be left with nothing, respectfully. But I'm a nice girl. You going to get the house or something.
Yeah.
I ain't going to leave you with nothing for real.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get a little something, something. But that's after I run them pockets.
All right. Yes. Well, today's okay. I'm just gonna say that today's episode, it's a hard one to talk about because there's no right way or wrong way. But I would just say, like, not all. And I'm gonna say this again, full disclosure: not all black men are like this, and I know that for a fact. But there's like a specific generation, a specific type that we just need to have that conversation. We gotta break those walls down. That homophobia, that misogynistic, that, like, you know,
Yeah.
because y'all holding it back. You guys are holding us back as people to move forward in our life as a whole eclectic, you know, group. Because no one's gonna take that serious. No one's gonna take him. I mean, he probably works from. I mean, I guess you get paid pretty well on Instagram, so you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But he has to work for himself, because there's no way that you could actually have a job, like a high-end job, and then bash women and people on the internet, and then think people are gonna take you seriously. There's just no way. He's a lifestyle
I'm sorry,
coach.
but if you got a high-end job and you have enough time in your day, you're not a CEO for real, and you got enough time in your day to do this.
Ain't doing nothing.
You're not doing
You
nothing.
ain't shopping for nobody. You should be out shopping.
Who's you personal shopping for? I need to see a contract or something.
That's what I'm saying. He don't have it. I don't think he might have some accolades. If someone finds the accolades, someone finds out.
Seriously.
Give me the tea.
I need to see a college degree or something.
Well, I think he went to the University of Kansas or something. I don't know. Anyways, well, we're going to have to wrap this one up today. Alizé, you got any last little tidbits for us, for people out there?
Oh, always. All my bad bitches out there, listen. Stay bad, stay beautiful, stay bold, stay smart, stay strong, stay sassy, stay all the shits. To you men, respectfully, get it together.
We can always be doing better. Always doing better. But it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
I guess I'll be seeing you sometime next week out here working. Ow. Go get the money. Go get the money. All right, everyone. Until next time, stay hustling, my little bunnies. And we will see you guys soon. Bye.